Hi everyone, welcome to my video. Okay, so quick story. I've had this camera since like 2011, since I was in college, but somewhere around 2017, about 3 years ago now, I thought it broke, so I put it down and I didn't pick it up, and I just filmed a lot of my videos with my phone, which I have here for my notes, by the way. I don't know if you can see, but I just have the zodiac signs and the body parts they're associated with as my reference for this video, just to preface this. But I was just using my phone for a lot of my YouTube videos. I was using my MacBook to film a lot of my videos, and at some point I switched between a 2011 MacBook Pro and then like a recent, like I guess 2017, 2016 version MacBook Pro, which I'm using now. And it's amazing to me because I'm very much into videography, actually, very much into photography, and it's amazing to me that I was able to build my channel up to what it is now. Not that the quality of the videos that I have, or most of my videos, are bad, but it's just like I have good quality. Like I'm using a DSLR camera with a Sigma lens, which a Sigma lens is really expensive, really good, like really crisp and clear. So I don't know. I pulled out the camera. Something told me to pull the camera out like early in the year. By the way, Happy New Year, everyone. And I pulled it out and I was like, I feel like I can figure out what's wrong with it, because I feel like there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just like something that's fixable. So I thought it was the battery, not the battery. And then I found out that it's the SD card. Apparently the SD card was corrupt and it wouldn't turn the camera on. So now I have a new SD card and now I have my camera working, and I'm so happy because I can film crisp, clear videos once again and feel like I'm actually putting out really good quality content. So that's my story about 2020 and manifestation. Alright, so I actually manifested this camera. I actually wanted to get a new camera, but then I think my manifestation kind of didn't backfire, but it kind of worked in a weird way where I fixed my old camera, which it's like I'm using it again anew. Like I literally had to learn new things about it. So I don't know, it's like we have, I don't know, I could go on and on about that. But in this video, I'm here to talk about the zodiac signs, in my opinion, that live the longest. Now this is based off of my own astrological research, my own astrological knowledge, in my own opinion, alright? Unbiased opinion. So, you know, I do a lot of these videos and I just like to preface my video saying that. By the way, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment and share with your friends and family. Keep in touch with me on my social media, Lamarr Townsend on Instagram and Facebook. And also make sure that you hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get notification every time I go live and upload a brand new video. And if you would be interested in a personal reading from me, I do astrology, birth chart, natal chart readings. I also do psychic tarot readings, and I do candle work as well. So I don't know if you can see the candles I have going on back there, but I don't know. Hopefully you don't, because they're kind of personal. But anyways, every candle is personal. But I'm here to talk about zodiac signs that live the longest. By the way, you can do candle work for good health. Did you know that? So, in my opinion, these are the zodiac signs that live the longest. However, I'm going to go through each and every one of the zodiac signs and talk about, you know, certain things when it comes to health. You know, I'm also going to talk about how each of the zodiac signs live their lives and express themselves, which, you know, goes into how long you live and things like that. So, it's more than health. There's metaphysical aspects of it as well. And these are just my opinions, my knowledge, my research, so trolls, be gone. Alright. So I'm just going to name the zodiac signs that I think live the longest, or live the longest, in my opinion. And then I'm going to go through each one. They're in no order, and I'm going to talk about why. So Aries, which rules the head, in my opinion, is one of the zodiac signs that lives the longest. Leo, which rules the heart and upper back, is also one of the zodiac signs, in my opinion, that I think lives the longest. Virgo, which rules the abdomen and digestive system, as well as the nervous system, which, in my opinion, lives the longest. I'm kind of iffy on Scorpio. The Scorpio rules the genitals, but I'll get into that a little bit later as to why I kind of want to put them on this list. Kind of don't. No shade, Scorpios. Alright, my Venus is in Scorpio. Another one that I believe lives the longest is Capricorn, which was the knees and bones. I also believe Pisces, which rules the feet. I want to say Aquarius, calves, shins, and ankles, but I also kind of don't want to put them on the list. I'll get into that a little bit later. And I kind of want to say Sagittarius, but I kind of don't. So I will say that the ones that live the longest, in my opinion, are Aries, Leo, Virgo, Capricorn, and Pisces, which are 5 zodiac signs. Aries, Virgo, Leo, Capricorn, and Pisces are the zodiac signs that I believe live the longest. Now Aries, because it rules the head. Now Aries is ruled by Mars. So Mars is a very active planet, or it's a very active energy. It's an energy in which you are moving forward and going towards your goals, going towards your aspirations. Aries is a trailblazer. Aries doesn't necessarily need you to achieve their goals. They're very, proud and capable of, achieving all of their goals on their own. So that's why I believe Aries is one of the zodiac signs that live the longest, because they're kind of willing to take risks, and it's a very active zodiac sign. It's a very active, and the head, the head is, what's in the head? It rules the brain. The brain is in the head. The crown chakra, the third eye chakra, are also associated with the head. Our lips, our eyes, our nose, these are all associated with our head. And if you think about it, a lot of the senses are associated with the head. Sight, hearing, our ears, taste, our mouth, feel, which is the hands, but also smell, which is our nose. So the only one that's missing is the fourth sense. But honestly, we need our hands, but we can live without our hands. There's a lot of people who are living without hands, or living without, deformed hands, but we cannot live without our head. So Aries tend to be very heady people, it makes sense. They tend to be people when they're like set on something, they go forth with it and you can't stop them. Which can, be to their detriment. It can lead to their demise in a literal sense or metaphorical sense or whatever. But if an Aries has the freedom to live life as they choose, they're going to do things, of course no one's perfect, that messes them up, but an Aries learns very quickly. And when an Aries has balance in their life, they are likely to live long, because the body to an Aries is very important. The body, Aries Aries and Mars both rule masculinity. So, the body's very important to men, the physique of a man. I think, I don't know if you can see the picture of, I think it's David, I don't know, but like the perfect Roman body kind of thing. So that's what I think Aries tend to be. They tend to live longer, in my opinion. Let's get into Leo. So Leo rules the heart. Leo's ruled by the sun. And I find with Leos kind of have this very happy-go-lucky, happy way of living life. And we all know that, happy people who kind of don't let things get them down so much, or don't get stressed out too much, or don't allow things to stress them out too much, live longer, right? There's one thing I also noticed about Leos is that they can't hold things in necessarily, and that's something they have in common with Aries. Here's the thing with energy. Like, we can have like a really bad day, we can have we can have someone say something really horrible to us, but if we hold in that energy, or if we let go of that energy, it doesn't stick with us. And Leos are the types of people where if they have a bad day, they have some sort of ritual where they get that energy off of them. Whether they run, they take a bath, they go out with their friends, they have a phone call with their friends or something like that, a vent session. Like, they always have this thing where they are able to release the energy off of them. And every day is literally a new day for an Aries. And that, in a sense, definitely helps them live longer. Now, Aries, once again, rules the heart, right? So the heart is literally the center of the body. Now, when it comes to being active, Leo, when it comes to being active, Leos are the types of people who are very active, although they can have this thing where they get a little bit comfortable, You know, I have the best physique already. You know, I can chill for a little while, and then they, you know, eat, you know, and then they don't go to the gym for a long time, and then they get comfortable, and then suddenly they don't like their body or something like that, and they realize they gained a little weight, and they're back in the gym, they're back on a diet. Leos are those types of people, but Leos are also the types of people where you don't necessarily have to be active, eating a healthy lifestyle, being vegan, plant-based, fish-based, or something like that. Anything that's good for the heart is going to keep your body pumping, is going to keep your body flowing. So not only is are Leos the types of people that like to be healthy in the metaphysical sense, they like to live their life healthy in the sense of, like, mental health is very important to a Leo. You know what I'm saying? Which is interesting because Aries also was the head, and mental health would be associated with that too. So, but I will say the thing with Aries is that Aries definitely needs to learn balance, because they can go too overboard to the left or too overboard to the right sometimes. So Virgo, it rules the abdomen and the digestive system, and it's interesting because the abdomen and the digestive system are kind of like the center of our body as well, because when we have a digestive system that flows easily, the other parts of our body can function easier. That's why it's, you know, people are really into getting like colon cleanses or detoxing their body, detoxing their colon and things like that. That is associated with Virgo, the abdomen and the digestive system. And it's interesting because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Mercury rules the mind, intellect. Noticing something with the head here, and like that area, like the brain and the third eye chakra. It's interesting because the third eye chakra is associated with intuition. So anyone that has strong intuition, and Virgos definitely have strong intuition, Leos definitely have strong intuition, and Aries definitely have strong intuition, is likely to live longer, because your intuition will never steer you wrong in the first place. Not saying the other zodiac signs don't trust their intuition, but that plays a big part of it as well. Okay, so Virgo is ruled by the 6th house. So the 6th house is actually the house of our health and our physical health, our routine, our sense of orderliness, our job, and things like that. So automatically Virgos are very attuned into their health, very attuned into their bodies and the function of their bodies, and if something's wrong and if something feels right. You know, and it's like even the sharpest pain will alert a Virgo, oh my god, maybe I need to stop eating so much salt, maybe I should stop drinking so much soda. It's like they're very in tune with their body, and they kind of understand certain aches and pains and, you know, joints and stuff like that. They kind of are able to assess their own body, assess their own health by monitoring their health, but it starts with the head. So I'm thinking there's something with like the head and like long good health. I don't know, it's interesting. I'm just not realizing this, but Virgos are very heady people. You know, Mercury is a very heady planet. When I say heady, it's like people that are always in their head, right? Which actually can be detrimental to Virgo's health, because too much stress can negatively affect the body, right? So one thing I will say about Virgo is that it's important to have an outlet to get all those energies out, because sometimes it can be so much energy going on in a Virgo that, you know, certain things short circuit. Does that make sense? Okay, so the next one is Capricorn, knees and bones. Knees and bones. I feel like that was a song. I don't know. But Capricorn rules the knees and bones. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. This is the 10th house. This is our status, career, and society. Status in society. It's also our relationship to our father. The 10th house rules time, weight, debt, karma. So automatically Capricorns are people who, in a sense, Capricorns are actually people who can get picked on for their weight. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and things like that. So Capricorns in some way are attuned at a young age that weight, health is important, but it's okay to indulge at the same time. So Capricorns can have this like good balance between indulgence and health, but they also have this kind of balance of mixing the two. So Capricorns are some of the people that have the best recipes, that are like really hearty but healthy at the same time. Capricorns can actually be really good cooks. But let's talk about what the body part that Capricorn rules, knees and bones. When we have strong bones, that is so important, because we can be active, we can move no matter how old we are. Look at Betty White, for example. Betty White is like, I don't know how old Betty White is, but I remember watching The Golden Girls when I was like really young, and I'm, in my late 20s at this point, almost 30. I know I don't look it, but but and she's still alive, and it's like she's a Capricorn, so there's something Betty White is doing right, and it does associate with the bones. Have you ever seen Betty White walk? She walks like it's no problem. She walks like she's strolling on the street on a Sunday morning. It's like there's a pep in her step. You know, she's always on the move. Capricorns are always on the move. They're always working towards something, always moving towards something. They don't like to sit around. Capricorns aren't necessarily people that like to sit around. Of course, they like to, enjoy their time off from work because they are hard workers. And that is one thing that can actually be to their detriment. Capricorns can literally work themselves to death. Okay, so you do have to be careful with that. Resting is very important for a Capricorn. But when you have that bendability in your knees too, sorry, did I make the camera shake? When you have that bendability in your knees, you can still be active. So that's very important in your old age. That's why people in their old age take certain vitamins and stuff like that. By the way, you should look into vitamins if you don't eat a lot of greens and stuff like that. That's why people in their older age take vitamins, because they help the bones to grow stronger. They help their joints and things like that. It's really, really important as you age. So Capricorns tend to be the types of people who, as they age, it's like their body doesn't really seem to age. Like, they're still able to run 10 miles. They're still able to walk at age 80. It's like crazy. So my last one is Pisces, which rules the feet. Now, it's interesting because the feet are very important. You know, the feet are very important in the sense of us getting exercise, us being able to move around. But, we can still move around without feet, as well. There's rolling chairs. Technology has come a long ways where people can get artificial feet and things like that, and artificial hands for that matter. But Pisces, it's interesting, they're ruled by Neptune. So Neptune rules spirituality, it rules our hidden strengths and weaknesses, it rules solitude and things like that. I will say that Pisces can have really, really bad vices, such as eating, overeating, substance abuse, drinking, which can clearly negatively affect them over time. But a Pisces that is very in tune, that is very spiritual, that is like the highest exaltation of Pisces. Tend to be enlightened, and I find a lot of Pisces tend to be like vegans and vegetarians and stuff like that. I literally kept talking for another 15 minutes and then it just cut off. Alright, so that's what I feel about Pisces. Pisces, it's for them, they live life through their spiritual self as well as their physical self. And it's interesting when we think about the feet ground you. Sometimes Pisces can float, and the feet keep them grounded. It's important for them to keep their feet grounded, to keep their feet on the ground. So, but I find that Pisces are the types of people that can naturally fast. Their spirit, their intuition just tells them, you should probably fast. You should probably get more sleep. You should probably exercise more. You should probably do this or that. So they're very those types of people who just listen to their own intuition, and that keeps them healthy. So let's get into the other zodiac signs. Taurus, which rules the neck and the throat. So Tauruses, I find, can get very complacent, get very comfortable. They can be prone to overindulgence as well. It's very important for a Taurus to have an outlet to get their energy and their feelings out, especially when it comes to the throat chakra as well, because Tauruses can be prone to eating their feelings and stuff like that. So it's important for you to get the energy, out of you. Find some way to get the energy, an outlet to get the energy out of you, because if the energy stays and festers, it's going to grow into negative patterns, negative health problems and stuff like that. So you don't want that. Geminis, which rule the lung, arms, and shoulders. So Geminis can be risk takers. Geminis are the types of people who like to throw caution to the wind. They can be prone to addiction as well, so they can smoke a lot or something like that. But they can also be the types of people who think they have a handle on it, and then they find out later on that, ooh, they didn't, such as maybe they get a health problem or something like that. So Geminis have to be really careful with the lungs, arms, and shoulders. The lungs give you air. So literally if you lose that, you don't have the ability to talk or anything like that, or that becomes limited. So you have to be careful with that, because Geminis love to communicate. And if they lose that, like, they kind of lose their sense of self, in a sense. So Cancer, which rules the chest, breast, and stomach. So Cancers can be kind of neglectful of their health a little bit, so Cancers have to be careful with that. Cancers can be the types of people who are, like, afraid sometimes to know the truth about what may be going on with their health, so Cancers definitely have to be careful with that. Alright, I hope the camera didn't just cut off. We did Leo, we did Virgo. Libra, which was the kidneys and the lumbar region. So Libra is kind of like Cancer in the sense where they just have to make sure that they don't neglect their health. Libras are the types of people who it's like, okay, I look good on the outside, I must feel like I must be good on the inside. Libras can also be the types of people who are prone to, like, getting procedures or trying to enhance themselves, and then it ends up backfiring. So you have to be careful with that, like plastic surgery, like a Joan Rivers kind of thing, how she went into surgery and ended up passing away, or something where you get, like, injections maybe in your butt or something like that, and then that affects your kidneys, which I think happened to Cardi B, like, she's a Libra, right? Scorpio, now I wanted to put Scorpio on the list. It rules the genitals, and the reason why I wanted to put Scorpio on the list was because the genitals is a way of creating life, right? So through creating new life, you live through that new life that you create, which means you technically live on. But then I thought, well, your physical body is going to eventually pass away, and Scorpios can be prone to, like, negative vices, so, you know, it's kind of iffy with Scorpios. They also kind of like their indulgences as well, but they're very spiritual people too, so it really depends with the Scorpio. But I find that, of course, with the genitals we can deal with, like, STDs and stuff like that, so Scorpios definitely have to be careful with that and getting those things checked, you know, regularly, because Scorpios can kind of have this thing where, like, something health related can happen unexpectedly, like something you should have been paying attention to but didn't. So Sagittarius rules the hips and thighs, which was not on the list, and Sagittarius rules the hips and thighs. So it's interesting because Sagittarius are the types of people who are also can be, like, vegetarian and have, like, a healthy lifestyle, mind, body, soul kind of thing. But Sagittarius are movers and shakers, so if they happen to lose use of their hips and thighs, like, literally a Sagittarius, like, feels like it's death, kind of, you know, because the Sagittarius, even in their old age, needs to be able to move and shake and do what they want to do and have that sense of freedom in their old age, you know. So it's very important, Sagittarius, for you to just protect your hips and thighs, especially as you get older. Make sure you're taking your vitamins, make sure you're sticking to your health regimens, you're sticking to anything that you need to take to keep your health in optimal shape, because you can also be prone to that, alright? Not taking or doing what you're supposed to be doing. So, lastly, we have Aquarius, which was the calves, shins, and ankles. Now, technically, we could live without these parts, but the reason why I didn't put Aquarius on the chart or in the list was because Aquarius can actually be prone to unexpected events, unexpected occurrences, and unexpected deaths. Now, if you have Aquarius in your chart, this can be the energy of either maybe you passing away unexpectedly or someone around you or close to you passing away unexpectedly. This can also be things that run in the family, you know, so you just have to be careful with that as an Aquarius. So I hope you understand why I didn't put them on the list. Okay, I literally just wanted to make sure that the camera was still recording. So, this was my list of the zodiac signs that, in my opinion, live the longest. Thank you for listening and watching. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, comment, and share with your friends and family. Make sure you also hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get notification every time I go live and upload a brand new video. And also, make sure, if you want a personal reading from me, I am available for personal readings. You can call me or text me at 703-791-9162. The number should be on the screen. If I don't answer right away, please leave me a text message and I'll answer back as soon as possible. And also, you can purchase a reading directly from my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. So, thank you for listening and watching. Make sure you also follow me on my social media, Lamarr Townsend Tarot on Instagram and Facebook. And I'll see you around. I'll see you in the next video, or I'll see you for your own personal reading. Either way, I will see you. Please don't take offense to this video. This is just my personal opinions, my personal research, and my personal beliefs. Alright? Trolls, be gone. Love you all. Bye.